This has quickly become the most interesting series so far of the playoffs, mostly because the Thunder and Lakers was not really that competitive, but wow, a lot of points here. I know Wemby's back, but 10.5 on a series that's 2-2, over under 218.5. Books are making you pay a pretty price if you like the Spurs and the bounce back. What do you think?
Well, we got to start by discussing the ejection of Victor Wembanyama from Game 4, I think. Look, I'm not going to say it completely altered the outcome. Minnesota was already ahead at the time of the ejection. I know it was close. It was 2 or 4 point margin, but they actually fell behind the T-Wolves after the ejection, trailed by as many as 8 in the fourth quarter before staging the late rally for the outright upset. Anthony Edwards had a lot to do with that, obviously, down the stretch. San Antonio, though, obviously missing its top defensive presence for basically 3 quarters. We shouldn't undersell that. Wemby, you're talking about a guy, Andy and Dan, that had 19 block shots the first 3 games of this series. With him off the floor most of Game 4, Minnesota attacked the rim. They took 38 shots off drives. This is a crazy stat. That was their second highest number of shots off drives in a game ever under head coach Chris Finch. So they knew where to attack San Antonio with Wemby off the floor. Naturally, you're going to expect that number of shots off drives to come down here as Wemby is set to return for Game 5. I'm glad to see he wasn't suspended, by the way. I know the Stephen A. Smiths and the Kendrick Perkins of the world were calling for suspension, but personally, I thought that would have been pretty dumb if he was suspended. It was a basketball play. It's kind of like targeting in college football. I get it. Letter of the law. He needs to be. It's a flagrant too, but come on. He shouldn't be suspended for the next game. That's ridiculous. But what we have now, guys, is a series where the last 3 games have all gone over the total. Both games in Minnesota finished with exactly 223 points. Total for tonight, 218.5, which matches both games 1 and 4 for the high water mark in the series. Last time here in San Antonio, the Spurs scored 133. That was Game 2. Do not think we're going to see anything close to that from them tonight, even though Wemby is back. They're probably going to shoot a little bit better from 3 than what we saw in Game 4 as well. But that 133 points in Game 2 aside, guys, the other 3 games in this series, the Spurs have scored 109, 115, and 102. If they fall anywhere in that range, and I think they will here tonight, then there's a very good chance Game 5 stays under the total, because Minnesota only averaged 99.5 points in the first 2 games here in San Antonio. They shot very poorly in Game 2, just 35 points going into the half of Game 2. And Game 1, which did stay under, should have stayed way under. After 3 quarters, it was only a 72-69 game. Just a couple more quick points to add. Wemby might have a big game tonight as he returns, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to 68 points combined from De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper. As a matter of fact, Fox is listed as questionable, guys, to even play tonight. He's dealing with some ankle soreness. One would expect he's going to try to give it a go, but how effective will he be? Remains to be seen. I don't think we're going to see 24 points again. Of course, Minnesota, they're dealing with injuries as well. Anthony Edwards, only a couple weeks removed from a significant knee injury. Didn't seem hampered by it in Game 4. I'll give you that, but I don't think we should just forget about the injury. And DiVincenzo's, of course, out for the year. DeSumo also injured. He's averaged just 7 points per game in the series. He's been a real non-factor. And then last point I'll make here on this game, amount of scoring we saw early in Game 4. It was 34-30 in the first quarter. That I don't think is getting repeated tonight. I know Wemby played most of the first quarter in Game 4 before the ejection, but in the 3 minutes he subbed out in the first quarter, take note of this, there were 16 points scored. That's kind of a lot for 3 quarters or 3 minutes of play, pardon me. So under 218.5 is what we are doing for game number 5. By the way, for $5 Tuesday, I'd be remiss if I did not mention that I have an MLB total available for $5. Again, I just mentioned, let's not bury the lead. 20-3 run with MLB totals, 16-2 last 18, 16-2 actually last 20. We had a couple pushes in there. 10-1 my last 12. It is a 36-14 all sports run since April 17th. Lost yesterday in soccer. Wasn't happy about that. Bad call with Millwall down in the EFL Championship playoff, but we'll get it back. I got 3 totals tonight, 2 in MLB, 1 in the NBA, which I just gave you for free. So WT.buzz/BP is the place to go.